Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Bringing you the news from Sri Lanka and across the world, it's your national news broadcast on Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. I am Siobhan Pereira.
A very good evening indeed. I'm Sharifah Tahir. Let's take a look at the headlines.
10 suspects, including MP Rambukvella, remanded until the hearing concludes. A kilogram of milk powder reduced by 150 rupees. An expert committee to investigate issues pertaining to the construction sector. 500 million rupees from the government to purchase paddy. Purchasing will commence tomorrow. Application deadline for the second phase of the Aswasuma benefit program extended to March 22nd. President vested the Serin River Park Environmental Park with the public. Minister Bandula says electric three-wheelers will revolutionize the transport sector. The United States passes a bill banning TikTok.
We move on to those and other stories in detail and taking a look at local news first. Minister Nalin Fernando says that a kilogram of milk powder will be reduced by 150 rupees, targeting the New Year season. The minister made these remarks following a meeting with the essential goods importers this evening. The discussions were held over the issues pertaining to the supply of goods at reduced rates to the public during the festive season. Minister Nalin Fernando said that milk powder prices will be reduced by 150 rupees at the earliest. He said that he will not accept any reduction less than the stipulated limit. He said that the importers have said that the prices of all essential commodities have reduced. He said that the most challenging issue faced at present is the prices of big onion. The minister said that this issue will also be resolved soon, as they are expecting to keep the prices between 400 to 450 rupees a kilogram. He said that large stocks of red onion have been received from Jaffna, which could be sold at a rate of 250 to 300 rupees a kilogram.
In more local news, President Ranil Wickremesinghe announced that an expert committee would be appointed to investigate and propose solutions for the prevailing economic challenges, particularly within the construction sector. President Wickremesinghe emphasized the inclusion of experts from the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Urban Development and Housing in this committee formation process. The declaration was made during a discussion at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday, attended by industrialists from the construction sector. Furthermore, he assured relief for the industrialists across various sectors through debt restructuring by the following year. The discussion also delved into the issues faced by the contractors of all scales and parties within the construction field, including the revival of stalled projects and establishment of an investment-friendly environment, the promotion of construction services and alternative funding and contracts. Counselling matters were extensively addressed during the session. Senior Advisor to the President on National Security and Chief of Staff Sagala Ratnayaka participated in the discussion. In another meeting held at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday, President Wickremesinghe discussed the coconut industry with industrialists involved in related products. He emphasized the necessity of enhancing the contribution of coconut production to the national economy, promoting coconut cultivation and associated industries for competitive export. The establishment of the National Chamber of Coconut Industry Sri Lanka was also addressed, with a thorough examination of the issues confronting the coconut industry and the concerns raised by industry stakeholders. President Wickremesinghe underscored the importance of coordinated efforts to maximize productivity in the coconut industry, utilizing available land efficiently. Secretary to the President Saman Ekanayake participated in this discussion.
Minister Mahinda Amaravira says that the President decided yesterday to extend 500 million rupees to the Paddy Marketing Board for paddy purchasing purposes. Accordingly, steps have been taken to open at least 2 paddy storages in each district for paddy purchasing. The minister said that the paddy purchasing activities will commence from tomorrow. Minister Mahinda Amaravira made these remarks while taking part in an event to launch the program to develop Paduka as a youth agricultural entrepreneurship village. The relevant discussion was held at the Paduka Divisional Secretariat. Minister Mahinda Amaravira said that efforts were taken in the last 2 months to allocate the necessary funding. However, he said that the Ministry of Finance failed to provide any support in this regard. He said that with the President's direct mediation, a decision was reached to allocate funds worth 500 million rupees in this regard.
Now, steps have been taken to extend the application deadline for the second phase of the Aswasuma Benefit Program to March 22nd. State Minister Shehan Semasinghe said that 130,000 new applications have been received under the second phase. State Minister Shehan Semasinghe said that the previous deadline was March 15th. However, he said that the Welfare Benefits Board have decided to extend the deadline to March 22nd. Accordingly, he urged all applicants to submit their applications before the new deadline, either online or by handing over to the nearest divisional secretariat. A review meeting of the Aswasuma program was held at the Galigamo Divisional Secretariat yesterday. It was held with the participation of State Minister Ranjit Siembalapitiya. State officials and other related to the implementation of the program were present for the meeting.
A decision was reached today in the Committee on Parliamentary Business to debate the motion of no confidence against the Speaker on 19th and 20th of March. Samagi Janabalawege recently handed over a no-confidence motion against Speaker Mahinda Yapa Abewardena. Accordingly, the debate is scheduled to be held on Tuesday, the 19th of March from 9:30 am to 5:30 pm and on Wednesday, 20th from 9:30 am to 4:30 pm. The Acting General Secretary also said that it was also decided to hold a vote on the no-confidence motion on 20th at 4:30 pm. President Ranil Wickremesinghe stressed the need to expand the tourism industry beyond coastal areas to strengthen the country's economy.
The President highlighted the significance of the South in driving tourism promotion within the country, particularly outlining plans to develop Galle into a major tourist city. President Ranil Wickremesinghe made these remarks handing over Serin River Park, the ecological park in Holuwagoda, Galle, to the public yesterday. Construction on this park, which commenced in 2021, has transformed a 14-acre fallow field into a vibrant recreational space. Initiated by Minister Ramesh Patirana, the project plans were crafted by the Urban Development Authority with construction executed by the Sri Lanka Land Reclamation Corporation. The project, estimated at 440 million rupees, encompasses various features such as a lake, walking paths, iron bridges, children's park, market stalls and ecosystems with electricity sourced from solar lighting. Furthermore, a program aimed at marketing the agricultural crops and other products of local community to visitors will also be launched as part of this initiative. In the future, a boat service will be established from this park to Wakwella, Wataraka and Galle with a primary focus on promoting tourism. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that this project serves as a cornerstone for economic development. He said that it is imperative that they prioritize such initiatives. Galle has emerged as a prominent tourist hotspot today, and the government must further enhance its development. By doing so, the residents of these areas stand to gain substantial income opportunities, he added. The President said that as the country advances in tourism development, it is imperative to prioritize environmental preservation. In line with this, he said that he suggests introducing a dedicated act to safeguard the environment within the region. Without a thriving natural environment, the appeal of these areas would diminish significantly. He said that the country's focus must remain on tourist development, particularly in the southern province, which holds a special significance. He said that they are committed to relocating government offices from Galle Fort to facilitate tourism promotion. Additionally, he said that they are actively engaged in strategic city planning efforts to elevate Galle into a premier tourist destination. Through these endeavours, Galle is poised to emerge as the primary tourist hub of the nation. The President said that tourism stands out as a sector capable of swiftly generating income for the nation. He said that it is crucial that the nation strive to attract not only more tourists but also those who are inclined to spend more during their visit. Just a couple of years ago, the notion of revitalizing the country's collapsed economy seemed far-fetched, he added. The President said that the country faced shortages of fuel, fertilizer and medicine. However, today, he said that the country has been able to overcome these challenges, witnessing resurgence in these essential supplies. As a result, the people are yearning and earning livelihoods once again. He said that it is crucial to emphasize the cultivation of cinnamon. By cultivating tea in areas suitable for tea crops and cinnamon in other regions, he said they could secure a substantial income. Moreover, he said that the government has devised plans to establish technical education institutions in these areas. He said that the government firmly believes that these initiatives will spur significant development in Galle. The President also bestowed tokens of appreciation upon individuals who made notable contributions to the successful construction of this environmental park. Southern Provincial Governor Willie Gamage and MPs Vajira Bewardena and Sampath Atukorala were present on this occasion.
Courts have rejected bail for former Minister Keheliya Rambukala and other suspects over the import of substandard medicines under the conclusion of the case. Maligakanda Magistrates Court ordered suspects to be in remand custody until the 28th of March. The 10 suspects, including former Minister Keheliya Rambukala, were again produced before the Maligakanda Magistrates Court today. Accordingly, the court rejected the bail application filed by the suspects. The Maligakanda Magistrates Court ordered to further remand former Health Ministry Secretary Janaka Chandragupta, medicinal drug supplier Sudath Janaka Fernando and Director of Medical Supply Unit Dr. Kapila Vikramanayaka. The suspects were taken into custody following a complaint made in connection with the procurement of substandard medicines under the Indian Credit Scheme and committing a fraud worth millions of rupees while endangering the lives of the patients through distribution.
Minister Bandula Gunawardena says conversion of three-wheelers that are in use and in production in Sri Lanka to electric vehicles will bring a revolutionary change to the transportation sector. Now, the minister said that the production and conversion of eco-friendly electric three-wheelers is a milestone to fulfill sustainable development goals related to the transport sector. The minister made these remarks while taking part in an opening of three-wheeler conversion centre and charging point in Kolpiti today for the converted three-wheelers and three-wheelers produced locally by the Vega Innovative Company. The centre is consisted of fast charging points for electric vehicles including motorcycles and three-wheelers. The centre has also provided facilities for the consumers to make payments and charge their vehicles without much hassle by introducing a mobile app. Vega Innovative has taken steps to introduce this facility to other charging centres across the country. An office to provide financial assistance for consumers has been set up at this centre jointly with CDB.
Minister
Bandula Gunawardena said that three-wheelers which use fossil fuel will be converted into electric three-wheeler by replacing the engine with a new electric engine included with a battery. He said that this process will only take 2 hours and within 2 days the new three-wheeler will be registered with the Department of Motor Traffic.
Venerable Dr. Muruthettuwe Anandanayakathera presented his latest book Jana Aragale Donkare to President Ranil Wickremesinghe today at the President's office. Venerable Muruthettuwe Anandathera is renowned for his contributions to literature, having previously authored several notable books such as Nonabithina Aragaleka Sabai Katava, Hela Vedakame Yatagiyava, Nightingale Charitaya, Run Here and Anduren Eliota. This significant event was attended by prominent figures including Venerable Gatamana Gunanandathera, MP Vajira Bewardena and Secretary to the President Saman Ekanayaka.
Carrying on with more local news now, the official housing complex constructed for state officials in Gampa district was unveiled today. It was held with the participation of Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena. Despite the large number of state institutions established centering Colombo City, the officials who are attached to these institutions continuously face transport difficulties when commuting to their offices. As a solution, the Ministry of Public Administration, Home Affairs and provincial councils and local government institutions decided to build official housing complexes for such officers. Under the first phase of the project, the new housing scheme was built at a cost of 500 million rupees.
Agreements were signed for 150 megawatts ground-mounted solar panel project. The value of this project is at $150 million. Agreements were signed with 17 local investors at the Ministry of Power and Energy yesterday. The project will be conducted at the Solar Energy Park in Gannorua, Hambantota. This project includes 13 solar power plants with a capacity of 10 megawatts and 4 solar power plants with a capacity of 5 megawatts. The constructions will begin in the month of May, and by mid-year, the power generated from the plants will be added to the national grid. Minister Kanchana Vijayasekara and State Minister Indika Anuruddha were present on this occasion.
State Minister P.L. Nishanta De Silva announced plans to launch a new multi-day fishing trawler equipped with modern technology and advanced operational techniques to enhance the fishing industry. He made these remarks during a press briefing held at the Presidential Media Centre yesterday, focusing on the theme, Collective Path to a Stable Country. The State Minister further stated that President Ranil Wickremesinghe has instructed the Ministry of Foreign Affairs via the Attorney General to facilitate the swift repatriation of the fishermen aboard the Lorenzo Puta 4 fishing vessel back to Sri Lanka. State Minister P.L. Nishanta De Silva said that discussions have taken place between the Department of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, Sri Lanka Navy and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs regarding the situation involving the Lorenzo Puta 4 vessel. The legal procedures are being conducted in accordance with the laws of Seychelles.
Heroin, cannabis and a machine which produces narcotic pills along with a suspect were taken into custody by Modera police this morning. Accordingly, 500 grams of heroin were found in his possession upon arrest, and the police were caches of heroin and cannabis during a subsequent inspection at his residence. The police have been able to arrest the suspect while he was walking along the road and searched him with raised suspicions. Following the inquiries, the police searched his residence for more contrabands. Accordingly, the police were able to apprehend a kilogram of heroin, 7 kilograms of cannabis and a machine that produced narcotic pills. A 26-year-old suspect from Vattala area has been taken into custody in connection to the incident. Meanwhile, Police Special Task Force has been able to arrest 2 large-scale drug traffickers yesterday while allegedly engaging in selling narcotic pills targeting youth and students in Mannar area. The arrest was made in Amappadahay area in Mannar. 14,000 narcotic pills were recovered, which were in possession of 37 and 43-year-old suspects.
Ambassador of Japan to Sri Lanka, Mizukoshi Hideaki, conferred the Order of the Rising Sun Gold and Silver Rays on President of Ikebana International Sri Lanka Chapter 262, Shiromi Susepille. This was in recognition of her outstanding contribution to the promotion of Japanese Ikebana culture in Sri Lanka. Ambassador Mizukoshi praised her tireless efforts in promoting the Japanese Ikebana culture in Sri Lanka and for teaching the spirit and techniques of Ikebana to the people of Sri Lanka for more than a decade. The Order of the Rising Sun is awarded by His Imperial Majesty, the Emperor of Japan, to foreign nationals who have made outstanding contributions to the promotion of friendly relations with Japan.
I joined the Ikebana and Floral Art Society of Sri Lanka over 2 decades ago and participated in the annual exhibitions and gained my confidence and experience from the exposure at CIFAS. Ikebana International was introduced by the first Secretary Culture of the Embassy of Japan in Sri Lanka, Mr. Ato, to the members of CIFAS, and I became a founder member of II Sri Lanka chapter and was instrumental in forming the chapter with a few other members of CIFAS. Ikebana International was a member at large in 2007. I have demonstrated and held workshops in schools, universities, Japanese fairs and cultural exhibitions, and exhibited and demonstrated at the annual exhibitions of CIFAS and Ikebana International Sri Lanka chapter.
I would like to welcome you all to my residence on this momentous occasion of the conferment ceremony of the Order of the Rising Sun, Gold and Silver Rays, on Mrs. Shiromi Susai Pillai, a distinguished artist and advocate in the world of Ikebana in Sri Lanka. Known for her outstanding contributions to the promotion of authentic Japanese Ikebana culture and as the highest qualified Sogetsu teacher in Sri Lanka. Mrs. Shiromi Susai Pillai, the current president of Ikebana International Sri Lanka Chapter 262, began her journey with the Sogetsu School of Ikebana in 1983 under the late Mrs. Kamara Pillai, the founder of the Shien Ikebana and Floral Art Society of Sri Lanka. Since then, Mrs. Susai Pillai has dedicated herself to improving her knowledge and skills. In 2001, Mrs. Susai Pillai joined the Shien Ikebana and Floral, where she has held various leadership positions, including president.
We now move on to a few local stories in brief. Former Sri Lankan cricketer Lahiru Thirimana has met with an accident in Punchikulama, Tiripane, Anuradhapura area. Reports have indicated the motor vehicle had collided with the lorry face-on. 4, including Lahiru Thirimana, have been admitted to Anuradhapura Teaching Hospital with minor injuries. Reports have also indicated that the lorry driver has been admitted to the same hospital for treatments. Pro Food, Pro Pack and Ag-Base Food Industry Exhibition will be held from the 23rd to the 25th of August at the Sirimao Bandaranayake Memorial Conference Centre. This exhibition has been organised by Sri Lanka Exhibition and Convention Services Private Limited together with Sri Lanka Food Producers Association. A media conference to brief regarding the event was held in Colombo yesterday. A ceremony to invoke blessings to the flags of the Sri Lanka Air Force marking its 73rd anniversary was held at the Sri Mahabodhi premises in Anuradhapura today. It was held under the patronage of Chief Incumbent of Atamasthana, Venerable Pallegama Hemaratana Thera. Air Force Commander Air Marshal Deni Rajpaksha was present at this occasion. Air Vice Marshal HMSKB Kotakadenia have been appointed as the Director General and Chief Executive Officer of the Civil Aviation Services. The appointment has been made following a cabinet decision. The final rites of veteran journalist late Asoka Tilakaratne will be held at the Boralas Gamur Public Cemetery at 3 p.m. tomorrow. The remains of late Ashoka Tilakaratne are currently kept at Boralas Gamur Funeral Parlour for viewing.
High Commissioner Dharmapala Virakodi paid the newly appointed Foreign Minister of Bangladesh, Dr. Hassan Mahmood, at the Foreign Ministry in Dhaka recently. At the meeting, the High Commissioner stated that strengthening and sustaining the long-standing bilateral economic partnership between the countries is vital for increasing efforts to harness the full potential of trade and investment. He also emphasized the need to find new avenues to further improve trade and investment and pave the way for a two-way partnership to develop their respective economies. The two countries are currently negotiating to finalize a preferential trading agreement which will further improve the trade sector cooperation. Foreign Minister Dr. Mahmood appreciated the long-standing bilateral ties that both countries share in a spirit of friendship. The Foreign Minister also expressed his satisfaction of Sri Lanka's economic recovery in the wake of the economic crisis that the country had endured. And we will be right back with some foreign news. Stay tuned.
Hot and spicy, fun bite, pick up your karana. Beat the remake, karana to winner. Hadavata Vawalayana, king the fashion karana. Fun to rana, Kottami kick it a menna. TikTok viral,
Welcome back. We move on to news overseas now. The United States House of Representatives has passed a landmark bill that could ban TikTok in America.
Chinese parent company ByteDance, which founded TikTok in 2012, was given 6 months to sell its controlling stake while the bill passed a majority of vote. It is still needed to be clear by the Senate and be signed by the President to convey it as a law. Legislators conveyed their concerns in regard of the Chinese influencer over TikTok. If the bill does magnate and manage to secure approval in the Senate, the US President has promised to sign it immediately, after which could prompt a diplomatic controversy.
According to the foreign media, Western Australia family who had gone missing in a remote flooded region of Australia had set off on Sunday planning to travel in Western Australia. The alarm was raised when they failed to arrive in the Aboriginal community, arising the fears for their safety increased after the heavy rainfall to the precise area. It was believed there are 2 cars carrying the 3 elderly people and Western Australia police suspended the search on Tuesday, but the family were found within hours of search being able to resume on yesterday. Western Australia police said provisions were being provided to the family while they waited to be evacuated.
Prima Kutumi, Pantamai.
Moving on to sports news, Bangladesh manages to win the first one-day international match against Sri Lanka by 6 wickets.
The match was played yesterday at the Shahur Ahmed Chowdhury Cricket Stadium. Winning the toss, Sri Lanka opted to bat first. Accordingly, Sri Lanka managed to put up a score of 255 runs in 48 overs. Janit Liyanage scored 67 runs while Kusal Mendis scored 59. Tansim Hassan, Taskin Ahmed and Shariful Islam picked up 3 wickets each. Chasing the target, Bangladesh managed to score 257 runs for the loss of 4 wickets in 44 overs. While securing the victory, Najmul Hussain was not out. 122 runs. Mushfiqur Rahim scored 73 runs, not out.
Around the wicket, I think he got an edge and picked up the wicket of Liana.
Now in school cricket, the battle of the Saints between St. Joseph's College, Colombo 10 and St. Peter's College, Colombo 4 will take place on the 22nd and 23rd of this month.
A media conference in this regard was held in Colombo recently. This is the 90th edition of the annual encounter between the schools. The first innings of the encounter, contested for the Maurice Laycock Memorial Trophy, has been limited to 60 overs. Lahira Amarasekara will captain the St. Joseph's College, Colombo 10, while Vishan Halambage will captain the St. Peter's College, Colombo 4. The trophy unveiling was conducted with the participation of both the captains. The big match between the Senanayaka College, Colombo and Mahanama College, Colombo will be held on the 29th and 30th of this month. The unveiling of the official ticket issued by the Mahanama College was held at the college premises yesterday. The Old Boys Union handed over the relevant ticket to college principal Prabhat Vithanage. Dasun Shranaka, Danushka Gunatilaka and Lakshan Sandakan were present at this occasion.
ඕගොල්ලෝ කීපාරක් බිග් මැච් එක දිනුම්ද? මැච් එකට එන්න ඕනේ. මාත් මැච් එකට එනවා බලන්න.
Prima Stella Set Yogurt.
ජය ගන්න වැඩි වෙන්න.
So look at your news here. And that was a look at your news here at Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. Signing off, this is Siobhan Pereira to be with